What's good, Joe? Welcome to my review for this week's episode of JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, Golden Wind. Bruh. This episode was fucking crazy. Well, this episode was. We got a lot of crazy stuff happening with what was his name? Dippo, some of all those lines I've learned. His name slipped my mind for some reason. You got him, you got the whole stuff where we find out exactly what he has, which my theory was indeed correct about dissociative personality disorder, or what it used to be called multi-personality disorder. Good thing I've watched Split in Glass, about Kevin Wendell from, yeah, man, we'll talk about that in a second. I like how they showed off the time traveling stuff that the boss has, where you can, see into the future. It's like, it reminds me a lot of the Sharingan low-key. But, y'all want to know what was really fucking crazy this week? Was Paranoia Agent. Bruh! That shit was crazy. So let's quickly talk about Paranoia Agent before I jump right into this. So Paranoia Agent, with this episode, the cops finally managed to get Little Sluck. We're gonna finally figure out what was going on. And this is the one thing this feels like Satoshi Kon. Just watching after Perfect Blue, this definitely feels like a Satoshi Kon type thing, which I loved it. But they legit reveal it, and we find out that what's up with him is that he thinks he's the kid pretty much thinks he's inside a video game, like some JRPG to stop this villain called Gumra, I think his name was. It's something along those lines. You have it, and then he's going over the different, and he's going over and I like the way he already did the styles in this episode. I like the camera angle Satoshi Kon used here and everything, but I like the style where they would go through some of the other previous attacks he's done, and we would see what he saw with flashes back to reality, at least for the first one where he had the two kids. So I like that where he was I was stalking over, yes, and he's I charged up my yellow shoes. No, you were wearing skates. And he's I raised the golden store. No, it was a baseball bat. The detective in this episode was fucking hilarious. This man was so pissed off at this kid. I'm pretty sure the guy stopped smoking, right? He legit was after his partner to find him a pack to find him some smokes. The man is legit fucking sweating. And he's find me some smokes. And his detective and his partner, who's kind of playing along, though, he has this guidebook for the game and everything. He's smokes. Is that a character game? He's God damn it, give me a pack of smokes! And so for the rest of the episode, you see him smoking some cigarettes. That was absolutely crazy, man. Absolutely crazy. What else? You got where everyone else gets on. The dude starts becoming this informant type character for the MC or whatever, or for a Little Slugger. He then becomes a knight type character, and he's my partner is following a loony. Or he's my partner's following a loony. He starts singing that song. I'm bruh. It was pretty fun. This episode was fucking crazy, but man, was entertaining to listen. But man, was entertaining to watch. Satoshi Kon, absolute fucking legend, man. So yeah, looks like we're gonna finally figure out what the hell's up with the old lady. Gonna see what's up with her. But yeah, we'll talk about it next week. So anyway, enough of that. Let's just jump right into this week's episode of JoJo's. So he starts the episode off. We were last week with Doppio getting the new skin ability. You see a part the head or whatever of Emperor Crimson on his forehead. And that epic shot. So then we find out that the boss tells him to use his ability, that he has the ability Eulogy, which I guess that means that the boss technically has two stands, Emperor Crimson and Doppio for the personality. At least I think that's what it is. Now I don't even really know how Eulogy even really works. That's the one thing I like in this episode, because it looks like it's just using Emperor Crimson for this episode, which if he was using Eulogy or what's his hair or whatever, any one of y'all that are big JoJo standards, or y'all, because that was the one part that kind of got me a little confused anyway, with the whole stuff with Eulogy, what exactly is it? Maybe we'll find out next week or something. But anyway, so he uses, so he has that along with the arms of Emperor Crimson, and then he tells him to look into his future to find, to see what's gonna happen next. And right there, that's actually right where they cut to the OP before we actually see Risotto. We finally see Risotto. He's like using his like hair. I love the way Araki did where like his hair kind of falls over his eye, and in there you see like this little like video or vision or whatever of the future, which I thought looked really cool. And he's looking around trying to figure out where Risotto is. He finds him while he's like just chilling, camouflage his sleep. Like he's like kind of like half. He's kind of like, you know how the Predator hides himself in the invisibility thing. It's like that. It has that similar effect to it. And he says, "Oh, boss, I think I found someone. Eulogy picked him up." So, like I said before, is Eulogy his hair? Like, what exactly is its ability? Because that's like the only thing part of the episode that really kind of confused me was the whole Eulogy thing and how its stand works. So if any of y'all are big JoJo stand nerds, please explain to me. Please explain to me how the hell Eulogy works in the comments. little lost with that one. Anyway, so we have all the stuff with Eulogy. Where he like finds them and he's telling Bugs like he's like, "Boss, I think I found something." He's like, "He was hiding. I didn't see it before, but he's hiding in the tree. He's hiding in the mountains." "That's Risotto. Of course. He's been the one who managed to escape the familia. You must get him closer and finish him off with Emperor Crimson." So he's trying to figure out a way to get him close to him, and then he tells us to figure out what's going to be his plan of attack. He does the thing again, and he finds out that he's going to have scissors. Yes, scissors, big scissors, coming out of his throat. Y'all can't see it, but legit, going back and recapping this part of the episode, your boy is fucking cringing, man. Like. Anyway, like, yeah. So anyway. Also, about if you guys hear any rustling, that's from the mic going rubbing against my jacket on my viewing remote. So sorry about that. Anyway, so he tells. So of course, Doppio's losing. They're like, "Oh my God, I'm gonna have scissors coming out of my throat." You know, obviously, I don't think any of us want scissors to come out of our throats. I feel as that would be very painful. And he says, "Fear not, Tokyo. What you saw was not your death. You have 10 seconds to prepare. Use it to figure out the method to his madness, and use his weakness against it." Which, first of all, they say a lot like, "Oh, I got 10 seconds," and then they keep talking, and then they pass 10 seconds. So I guess time slows down here in the JoJo verse, because I'm like, I'm pretty sure 30 seconds have passed by the time you finish up this little combo. But anyway, so, and then the same thing happens with Dragon Ball. Anyway, so after all that is said and done, so yeah, he's like trying to figure out a way, but eventually decides, fuck it. He starts just charging right towards the mountain area to where he still last saw Risotto. Excuse me, I have to get a drink of water real quick. So after he gets the mountain, he punches him with like one of the arms of Emperor Crimson, and of course he misses. He's like, "Impressive," and Risotto's like just chill all the time. I was like, "Impressive. You are one of the only people who have gotten this close. I wonder why. What is your deal?" And then the scissors start to like form in his throat, and then I was cringing. I was even cringing on Twitter. Posted a tweet while I was live, while this episode was airing, where I was like "my God" or whatever, and a gif of the main guy from The Office, just cringing, man. I was just, ugh. So the man, what he does is like he sticks his finger into his, oh God, I'm cringing. He sticks it into his throat, and after he sticks his finger into his throat and just pulls out the scissors. It was nasty, my guy. It was fucking nasty. So, we had that. That was pretty fucking nasty. And so after that, he tried to look around, find out what his next plan of attack is. Which we find out is actually indeed, that his next plan of attack is actually going to be cutting off his foot. And he's like, "Boss, he's next to my solid next. He's gonna cut off my foot." You know, and of course he's losing it, everyone's losing it. The boss, we see it later, we switch over to the boss, he's like, "Fuck, damn it, I can't get there. It'll take me over 10 seconds to finally to get there," while he's still holding the prop. And he's telling Doppio, get the hell out of there, Doppio. And he's telling him to get the fuck out of there. But he decides to stay. He decides to stay and be like, you know what, I'm gonna have him come over here or whatever. He's gonna disobey the boss order. So he puts the frog down, like he's putting down. He puts the frog down, and he just kind of sits around, looking around, trying to figure out what's next. Then we see that the frog explodes into a bunch of razor blades. Then he grabs the scissors, throws those motherfuckers like it's a boomerang or a fucking batarang, takes your pick, and ends up cutting up Risotto's foot, and we find out what the hell his stand is. His stand takes the iron of people's blood to turn it into razor blades. Thereby, if you get rid of the iron in your blood, it kind of tires you out, which kind of makes him why Doppio's a little winded at the current moment with him, all the razor blade things. Just get rid of his endurance so he can go in for the kill. So after all, everything's all said and done. He's like, okay, boss, I got him, we're good. And he realizes his phone got fucked. And he doesn't realize his phone, which is a frog, is, the frog. I was like, oh no, it's just a frog. I'm like, fam, that was what you were using. What the fuck? So he's looking around. He can't find it. Like, oh man, where is it? Underneath all these rocks and sand. And then the I can't do it right. Whoever dubs him is whoever voices Doppio and the doll. I don't know how he does it. Well, I guess I did there. That takes some practice right there to get that whole thing right. But anyway, he goes looking for the phone. He finds a pack of cigarettes and doesn't grab the pack phone. No. He grabs a single solitary cigarette. Like, man, I'm surprised they make these things so small and yet so durable. So he uses that as the phone. It looks fucking ridiculous. I mean, the frog looks ridiculous, but at least you can grab with your hand. He's like, hold this fucking thing like Al. Hold phone, my guy. So he gets in there. He tells the boss they got rid of him. That he's dead in the water. And he's like telling him like, should I finish him off or should you finish him off with the kill boss? He tells him that Risotto needs to be ended swiftly. I'll finish him myself. I did some water. So afterwards, he decided what to figure it out. And Risotto and both Benny Odex know it. He actually knows that there's like this stuff coming out of the shoe, or not the shoe, out of like the out of the cut off foot he has. He sees like these black, like ghostly kind of things coming out there. Look, that's like in the same color as iron. And he's just kind of sitting there like, what the hell's going on? What is that? This, that, and the third. And eventually Risotto manages to put 2 and 2 together, that he was able to see the future, and that they was able to see the future. But then, and that's just actually right before he says, I'll finish it myself, his eyes start to switch, his face started to conform a little bit. As you can tell, the boss is slowly starting to turn it. It kind of reminds me actually of the Beast from Split. If you guys have seen Split or Glass, you guys know that the Beast was like the one person out there all of them fear, where Kevin Wendell Crumb's body would end up getting super buff. And, he could crawl on walls, and bulletproof, this, that, and the third. So you have that. Great, it was really interesting stuff there in Glass. It's a really Glass is Split out there. Such a good movie. Anyway, so it kind of reminded me of that. And Risotto starts to pick up on this. He sees that there's 2 of them. And he's like standing up, and actually all the while this is going on, his foot comes right back towards him, and it's in like stapled together, like from I guess the iron in his blood. This is like that Magneto shit from X2. If any of y'all remember back in X2 when fucking Mystique was fucking that one guy that was a security guard at the facility that they kept Magneto at. She like put some shit in his beer. They kind of got down a little bit in the bathroom, but they didn't get far because he just ended up passing out. And then she she put like roofies or whatever in there. Then she injected his ass with some shit which was iron. And then like later on, Magneto just pulls the iron out of him and forms like these 2 metal balls. Great shit, man. I love X2. One of my favorite comic movies right there. One of the best X-Men movies out there. Anyway, so I'm going off on tangents now. So after that, he staples the shoe back together. He starts to put 2 and 2 together. He asks him like, "Who are you really? Who are you really?" It's like there's 2 of you because your face is no longer of a boy. You that. And he says like, "It's been 2 years since you left us scared. 2 years, and I will figure out who you truly are." We then go to commercial after we come back from commercial. Actually, one last thing before we jump right into stuff with Risotto and the Hitman Assassins team and the flashback and everything. Before we jump into that, you had the boss actually compliment Doppio, and he actually. So I actually found this on Twitter last night while Toonami was on. The boss's dub VA, Kellen Jefferson, before he was to voice Overhaul in Milwaukee. He said, because someone tweeted a picture of it, or a video of that clip of the episode, and he said, actually, "I'm just sorry I can't do the whole thing with an Italian accent, LMAO, but it's better in bursts, I think." Because he says, "Well done, Doppio, bravissimo," but he said some Italian shit, I can't remember all he said, but yeah, so I thought it was actually a nice little fun fact for you guys to know. Anyway, so back to the episode. We have a flashback with the Hitman team going after looking at, I guess, Trish's place or her hideout where she was staying at. They look around and they're trying to find, they're just ransacking the place. They find actually the picture of Trish's mom in there, and they just kind of throw it out there like it's nothing. Fools of them. But anyway, so they go over there, they take care of that. So they go over there, they're kind of looking around, they're trying to figure out where to go. They're like, oh, we can't be Pericolo because he's not Stadios, they think it's Poco. And then, okay, let's go. And then Rizzo tells them to hold your horses, then, wait. And then you guys know what happened to the gay couple, I forget their names. You guys gotta think about this carefully. And then we get back to the present day where he says, something like whoever shows emotion first dies or whatever. I forget exactly what he said, but as he's like reattached, the foot's almost completely reattached by this point. And by this point, and so afterwards, after that, we find out kind of more about his stance, about Risotto's stance, well, his name. It's called Metallic. I'm sure y'all can guess where it's at, what it was actually called in the original, in the manga. So he had that, and he said he uses the iron in your blood to get the items out, but he also uses like iron magnetic dust or whatever to camouflage himself, to make him invisible, and then use as camo to blend into the environment. And he's like, very astute observation. And he's like, and then he disappears. He's trying to figure out where he's going, where he's going to be next. Doppio uses the foresight thing, and he finds out, and then next thing we know, knives are like, and then next thing he knows, he starts getting hit with knives because he says because he mentions that knives, because that there's iron. It also goes on some stuff about iron, how it's like in everything. It's in mineral water. It's in this, it's in that, this, that, and the third. So it's in all that, and then knives start coming after. Well, they first start to form out of like, I guess, some iron magnetic dust or whatever. Like I said, this is really some shit right out of X2. So anyway, the knives start coming towards them because of magnetism and shit. They kick on, so he managed to have Emperor Crimson's arm, get a few of them, but something got into him. Then some call falling from the sky, they get him again, and you got the boss is like, Doppio, you cannot get hit anymore. Stop it. And then Risotto makes his presence known once again. So then he explains more of like the iron and blood, how it's in like that's like in plants like spinach, but also a lot of it is in the liver, which is required for breathing. So if you don't have your liver, you're kinda fucked. And he goes on the fact about how your blood's gonna turn yellow, you can't breathe, because you don't got the iron, it takes it all over your body. When you're robbed of that iron, you pretty much can't hit your fingertips or your brain, so you're pretty much not breathing, or your body thinks you're not breathing. Yada 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 yada, and his blood legit starts to turn yellow, and it's some pretty freaky shit. Not gonna lie, it's some pretty freaky shit. So then, after that, he's just kind of figuring out what to do. He has these knives, but then he's like, the boss is telling him like, Doppio, stay still, Doppio, and he like also tells him to use his foresight for his next attack, which ends up having like his head gets blown off. So, which we see what happens later, and I think had this cool effect to it. So. He uses the iron in it, so he like trying to figure out what to do next. He pulls out these knives, the knives that Risotto was using on Doppio. He has a few of them. He has one of them. He uses kind of like as a compass almost to know where the magnetic field is, so that he can attack. He finds out where it is, takes the three knives he had in his hand, and just throws them over. He's like, "You're painfully predictable." And then he's like, you think you would just be, you think you could use the magnetic fields to find out where I was, but instead you just found my severed foot. And at this point I'm like, oh shit, it's about to go down here. It's about to die. So then he's about to go finish him off, and the boss tells him, yo, I got this, the guy's gonna come back, he's gonna come back. And then, next thing he knows, he goes on, but like, oh, that by this point he finds out, because his physique starts to change a little bit, because the boss started to take control. He finally figures out what's up with Doppio and the boss and everything. He says that, 16th century German philosophers knew as well, multi-personality disorder, or dissociative personality disorder as it is known now. Where we know this now we knew this. Now I kind of feel this was the case, but this confirmed that indeed the boss does have multiple personalities. Which that alone makes the boss one of the more interesting characters in JoJo, just because of that fact. Because we haven't seen, or really in anime in general, have we really seen any characters with multiple personality disorder like that? Sure, we've seen it in like a movie like Split, with like I mentioned before in Split. But really, besides that and this, we haven't really seen that used very often. So I'm always interested with this kind of thing to see how they do it. So yeah, but then right before he's gonna send out Metallica to finish him off, bam! Here comes Little Bomber to finish this, and he shoots him. He's like, what the? And then he goes on about how let's drop my controller. But because of the blood, because of the fact that his body doesn't think it's breathing because he lost all his iron, he's the only one that's breathing actually is Risotto, because Bucciarati caught the knives and Little Bomber then pumped his guts full of lead like a fucking Home Alone up in here. And that is where the episode ends, with him falling and the boss rising from the ashes. Overall, fantastic episode. Really loved what I saw from here. Can't wait to see what we got next week. I'm assuming next week we're probably gonna go right back to Giorno and the guys, maybe a little bit with the boss. But I think next week we're gonna go back to Giorno and the guys. So overall, I'm gonna give this episode a 9 out of 10, guys. So hope y'all enjoyed the video. Leave a like if you did. Subscribe if you're new. Follow me on Instagram and Twitter for latest on the Christian box below. And as always, come back for more. See you guys next time.